Hello there, and welcome back to another day where I have some free time. Well, technically, no, this is the same day I recorded me fixing the dependency chain, but I was kind of just excited to add support for the prefix directory and cache directory. So let us start. So in the last video, um, I added the append, and man, there's a problem already. I did not put prefix in the string. So yeah, instead of setting this to null, cluster copy already sets the last byte to null, so that is fine. So just add a star copy from prefix. Then what else? I think it is truly fine now. After I add this concat here. So if I want the prefix directory, say if this is a normal C git repo, well, in here it would make something like nobita build, and while inside it, it would have lib, bin, and include for the install artifacts. So what is the make dir syscall code? Since we have a command called make dir with something like this structure, though, is it called make dir in here as well? It is. So I would think that there is no recursive mixture in here, but that is not our concern right now. So while in here in build target, uh, well, the name has been made. Well, that is fine. But when a rebuild is triggered, then only then the prefix would be made, but that might cause some problems. Let's see. Yeah, that would cause some problems. So what would happen is that name would be allocated correctly, but if it's not, if it does not go past this and say prefix is defined here, and I just add the free prefix in this and go to, that would fail since it has not been defined yet. So I guess how way I can do this, just define this the same with at the same time with name. So start that. These are the important ones. No, not the prefix yet, but the current working directory. And hope that would be the git root repo. So call get cwd with null and 0 as the length. So it would, no, it would be in the hands of get cwd to allocate the right amount of memory. Well, that's happening. Of course, assert that that is not null with an error of could not get current working directory. After that, you can have fun with prefix, the binary directory, the include directory, and the lib directory. And this shall be done with their append. Their append with the current working directory. And what should this be called? Just build or nobita build? Of course, nobita build. And using prefix, that would be a bin directory. Then the same thing with lib and include. There is that one. But it already has an assert in these functions that would check the result of malloc. After that, after the name is defined, we will define the actual output, which is just appending. Nope, not yet. Output can be defined here, but in these three paths, in these three switch case statements, it would be a bit different. So the output would be the same though, but their append stuff is different. So if it's an executable, it would go to the binary directory, then the name. And I am very much forgetting that their append has to be terminated with null. Here as well. After that, in here, that would just be lib, and it's the same for the static library. And instead of using name, and I actually still have a few things to do when rebuilding objects. If the dependency has been rebuilt anyway, everything that depends on it shall be rebuilt as well. So that can be done with just an or. And then instead of using just the name in the comparison, that should be the output in the stat and the compile command. Though these commands would error out, so a lazy way would be just call makedir with the following paths with prefix first and with the permission of I guess everybody can read, right? and execute. That is probably fine. So change that to the binary, then the include, and then the lib directory. Now let us start building. That is fine since I did not free the results of their append and the get current working directory, but it did do it properly though. It put it inside nobita build, and it's an absolute path, so these commands would get pretty long, but that is fine. But I can just remove hello and libtest, and when build executes, it would find that the files are already built. That is very nice. So let us add the free calls. So free the current working directory, the prefix, and the library directory, the bin directory, and the include directory. Oops. How about now? Would ASUN be mad? Wait, 433. What did I forget? Ah, yes, the output. The final output name. Oh my. So, once more? Okay. So that has been fairly fast. We now have something inside Nobita build. Call hello. There you go. Next up would be the cache directory. And maybe this is the time we would need a recursive make directory. And I guess a custom make directory that would uh that would be respectful, you could say, if the folder already exists. But for now, we would change how the object files are created. So add sources. So in here, that is fine. Now it would really be funny if I have done this. So first of all, uh, current working directory, get cwd with null and 0, and of course an assert that would make this crash and burn. So check if that is not null with the error, would not get current working directory. And then what else? I think that is it. After going through this while loop that can be freed. From here on out, well, the source would be fine. But what I want would be an append, though maybe I should put this function higher up. Just before add sources, I guess. That would be the hierarchy that the functions are used. Now, their append, the prefix would be the current working directory, and the extra would be the source. And after that, instead of appending the relative path, that should become an absolute path, and that should be freed later. Though what needs to be freed right now is S and O. After this, after it, I'll change the extension. Do not append yet. And do another dir append. But from the current working directory, call it nobita.h while preserving the directory structure of the object file. While that is happening, call stirdup with O1, though I am still wondering why it does not respect stirdup, the Clang daemon. It's in here though. Force assert that O2 is not equal to null, and buy more RAM if it failed to allocate enough memory for O2. Call their name on O2 since I want well, copy the include first, something like this. Where is the list? Here. If it's slash user slash lib, it's an insensitive function that would just remove everything up until the last slash. So everything, so slash lib would be removed. And in the case of the object file, the sum, the slash, and sum.o would get removed, and returning a directory from the Nobita cache up to the parent directory of the object file. Now we can just append to the target and the object of O1. But the problem would be later on the directory where the object file should be, the cache directory, is not made yet. So I should add a recursive make directory. So static void nobita make dir recursive, and it shall get a path, and it can be constant as that will not be changed inside this function. Since we will make a copy of that path with star dupe. And what else? Ah yes, I did not add the source of their name. And I think I overwritten the clipboard already. So in libgen, I guess we can just put that here. And go back to the recursive. Make dir. So the game would be the first character in here would obviously be the root path. So while looping through everything in here, of course, get the length of that. Though I forgot the assert. Null and buy more RAM. Of course, that would have to be freed later on. And while that is less than the length, the problem is that it should not start at 0 but 1. And if it encounters a slash character, we'll turn that into null for a second and turn that back into a slash character afterwards. And then call make the AR on it with the same permissions back then. Though make the AR can return errors. Yeah, the video for error handling is gonna be a long one since I've left so many to be handled. But that would be the recursive make the AR. And after appending O1, we have set O2 for a recursive make the AR. And then free that. Alright. Once more. Let us try it. Oh my. It has been a disaster, okay? So what happened? So in 280, which is here. Oh, I forgot. Uh-huh. In the add sources. Wait. No. It seemed correct though. Up until here. Alright. One more. Okay, that is fine. Where it added the cache. So that's the thing I want. Though why did it not be able to create the thing? Did I screw up the cache? It did not build test source. So there is something wrong with their name. So printf debugging might help. So here's O2 before and after calling their name. So this is fine. I cannot see the error yet. You know what? To get rid of this error, on star juke, um, what I currently need to do is not this, but kind of want to deal with it right now. So that should be an extern pointer, star dupe. That would take a constant character. And then debug the recursive, make dir. So what is the current problem? This might be a long one. So current p2, build. So from home to home Croissant, the offline projects. Well, not exactly offline projects anymore. Still, it is missing the test source when passed to make the IR recursive. So, huh, that is very weird. Wait, can I add this again? Yeah, just one more. O2. Rebuild. Yep, it has test source in it. So that is a bit weird. As I am not changing anything to O2 yet inside the recursive function. Instead of this one though. So another debug would be print both of these. So the path and p2, and then rebuild. So it did do it, but I'm doing something wrong in this for loop. I see. Though I cannot see what is wrong in this for loop yet. So one more. I would call print here and see that's the only one in here. Though this is a bit bad. And where is this coming from? Interesting. Though if I just add a test source in here, that might help, but it's not really solving the main problem. So very weird. So in here, it printed it properly, but it does not get to the test source. Wait a minute. No. That seems to be correct. Or maybe I just need to add another make there after this, since it does not trigger if there's no trailing slash. Really? So let's remove the cache, everything with verbose and the rerun build. Okay, so it is my implementation that is wrong. Just relying on this for loop. Now remove the printf. There shall be only a few printf here. And that is displaying the commands. Wait a minute. Okay. I think we're good. We now have a build and a cache directory. So that's two things off the to-do list. Now, multiprocessing is gonna be a pain, and being cross-platform even more so. But we're nearing the end of nobita.h. Since if this is just in Linux and single process, yeah, we're done for the most part. And that kinda makes me sad. Though, um, thank you for sticking with me this far. And I thank you